Hello, I'm Eric Sondheimer of the Los Angeles Times. This is Coach Steve Miller, and we're back in 2019, ready to talk about the high school basketball playoffs with our world map back here. Where have you been since the last time we were on?
Well, surprise, I was in Africa again.
Wow. He always goes to Africa, and I can't go because I'm covering things, but this is a big weekend ahead. The Open Division, the Southern section, some great matchups. The City section, of course, has Fairfax and Westchester. They are the clear favorites. Can anybody beat Fairfax and Westchester in the Open Division?
Maybe Birmingham. They're very young. They're getting a player back, and that return of a 6'5" guy will really help them. They're extremely young. They're probably 1 year away from winning it, but watch out.
I just don't think anybody's going to beat Fairfax or Westchester. Fairfax, what they have pulled off at the end of the season, going 7-0 in 9 days, was tremendous. Westchester lost twice to Fairfax, but I think they'll get it back together. The big opening game is Washington Prep against Taft. I saw the first game at Washington. Taft was able to win, but this game is at Taft. Washington has a lot of motivation, and I think they can pull off the upset. It's 4 versus 5, so not really an upset.
No way.
No?
Taft is going to win this game. They're at home. They shoot better. Washington Prep relies on their press and driving the ball to the basket. They're not going to get away with it this time.
Okay, well, I'll happen to disagree. The sports writers are usually correct over the coaches, so we'll see how that plays out. Oh. Let's go to the Southern section, because this is the most exciting part of it. They're going to pool play. They have 2 14 pools. I don't know if this is going to work out, but I do know that the games are tremendous. Starting out with Sierra Canyon versus Mater Dei. It's a rematch of last year's championship game in the Open Division. Who are you picking?
Well, come on. Sierra Canyon's going to win the game. Mater Dei is a very young, inexperienced team. They lost a lot of players. Sierra Canyon by about 8.
Wow. You're just putting Gary McKnight down, the winningest coach ever. Just forget it.
Well, he doesn't come in with all these wins for nothing. He's a great coach, but so is Chevalier. And I like Sierra Canyon's overall quickness compared to Mater Dei.
Well, I like the fact Sierra Canyon has Terran Frank back. He's back from a knee injury. He made his debut against Rancho Christian, an amazing game that they lost. The other good game is Rancho Christian against Bishop Montgomery. You're talking about Bishop Montgomery has been a powerhouse for the last couple years. They're never an underdog, but they are in this one. And Bishop Montgomery has Gianni Hunt, who's headed to Oregon State. Good point guard to go against the Mobley brothers.
Going to be a great game. I've seen both those teams play. They've also added Isaiah Johnson, a transfer in January. He's just become part of the team in terms of unity. This is going to be a barn burner.
And Dominic Harris had a great game against Sierra Canyon. Rancho Christian beat Sierra Canyon, so they definitely are the favorite in this one. The other game that I'm going to be looking forward to next week is when Corona Centennial plays Sierra Canyon. I saw the first meeting. You're talking about some great athletes going head-to-head. And also, Centennial has an opener against St. John Bosco. That game's going to be tremendous. There's so many three-point shooters in there. I would not be surprised if at least 23s are made before we get a winner.
Well, remember, though, everybody in this pool plays 3 games, and the top team advances. Is that correct?
Yes.
So it's not one and done. So that's good, one and done. Oh, no, one and done, because that gives another team a chance to win 2 more games.
Well, some coaches told me they're concerned about this, that everybody's going to beat each other up for 2 weeks. It's going to be like a bloodbath, and then the state tournaments begin, and then they're going to have to face each other again. I think this is helpful for the city system because Fairfax and Westchester are going to come in there and knock some of these teams off.
Wrong. These teams are not going to have a bloodbath. They're going to play great basketball. They're going to be at a high level, and they're going to knock Fairfax and Westchester off and advance to the state.
Wow, that's unbelievable you said that, but I'll let you get away with that. In girls basketball, the city section, I think Granada Hills is the clear favorite. Haley Burfield leads the Highlanders. The big surprise here is Fairfax and Palisades, the premier powers for years, didn't even make the Open Division. What happened there? I know they all have new coaches, but that's amazing.
Well, their best players all graduated. They went Division I. One is at SC, and assorted players all over the country. So these are rebuilding years. I believe the coaches have stepped down. They have new coaches. So they're not in it this year.
Yeah, rebuilding years, but they are in Division I. And in the southern section, of course, there's Sierra Canyon, which is unbeaten. They had the big game, a regular season game against Windward. I think those 2 teams could play again, but The girls' basketball playoffs in the Open Division are also going to be very tough. I just like Charisma Osmond of Windward. She's going to UCLA. I think she's going to raise her game like she usually does in the big games. So I'm going to go with Windward. Who are you going with?
Well, they don't have pool play in this division.
They do. They do have pool play.
So we're going to do the same thing here. I'm going to take in that modern day. I like their background, I like their team, and I like their coaching.
Wow, that's good that you're a big modern day fan. We also are going to go on to February the 23rd is when the city finals and the southern section finals are going to come about. Which game would you be more likely to go to? Fairfax versus Westchester, or Sierra Canyon versus Rancho Christian? I always say Rancho Christian. What would be the one that you would like to go see?
Well, I've actually seen both those games before. It's like a repeat.
There you go. You'll be like most fans and staying home watching on TV.
No, I'm a city guy. I coached in the city for 36 years, so now I'm going to go to the Fairfax
But
Westchester.
You never won a Division I championship.
Oh, here we go again. I won where they put me. I can't be somewhere else.
Yeah, you were at Fairfax, and they only won Division III, but Polly used to beat you in those days.
No, right? No, nice try. The first 2 years I was building, and then Polly, have a nice day.
Okay, well, Coach Miller is here for at least another couple weeks before he heads off to someplace, maybe Egypt. I'm staying around. I don't go on those long trips. So thanks for joining us. We'll be back when Coach Miller returns from Egypt. I'm Eric Sondheimer. This is Coach Steve Miller.